After last week's introduction to the concept of women, it is time for us to progress on to dealing with girls in a social situation. Now, I mentioned last week that one important aspect of gender relations is sex. So this class looks at how to approach women with that goal in mind. It would be worth you noting that in popular slang this is usually referred to as chatting up or chirpsing a woman. Now there are a number of different places to meet members of the opposite sex, but perhaps the most useful are nightclubs and bars.
Lisa, what is a nightclub?
Dear God, this is worse than I thought. A nightclub is a place where people go to listen to music, dance, drink alcohol, and generally have a good time. In nightclubs, people often kiss. This is called pulling. I suggest you begin your quest for women in a nightclub, as sometimes people under the influence of alcohol become easier to pull.
Peter, spirit of Sanctum, sir. That doesn't sound very moral.
I didn't pretend that it was. But alcohol makes people seem more attractive, and this is of definite benefit to boys who look like you. The first is what I shall call the arrogant twat approach, which, given your background, you should have little trouble in mastering. The underlying principle of this approach is that women like a good cock. And for some bizarre reason, they respond well to the treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen school of thought.
Like when we were dealing with the colonists.
Now, this method requires a very specific walk. Now, watch and learn. Now you two have a go. Roger, you first.
Chin up.
No, what is all this arm movement? Try it again. Arms by your side. Now walk towards me. Helpless, just sit down. Henry, I hope you can do better. I don't like it. Try it again.
That's like a small plunge.
Appalling, both of you. Just sit down. You must work on these. Now, besides walking, you must know how to hold yourselves. Please stand. Now place one hand on your hip. Jut your chin out and stare around the room, holding yourself sportily, and should you meet anybody's eye, give them a look of withering contempt. Roger, chin up a bit. Henry, I want to see the contempt in those eyes. Very good, excellent boys, you can sit down. Now the act is completed by interacting with women, as though they were little more than dogs. Treat them like scum. In conversation, freely contradict them whenever you talk to them. Argue that black is white, if you like, so they get a sense of your power. It will captivate them. Trust me, I've tried it on many occasions. If they appear to be uncertain of your charms, leave them in no doubt that pulling or sleeping with you is how they will end the night. Try comments like, get your coat, you pull. Or ask whether they've ever kissed a rabbit between the ears, turn out your pockets and ask whether they'd like to try it now. If you're feeling particularly cocky, beckon them over with one finger. And as they approach, murmur, I just made you come with one finger. Sometimes, however, the arrogant man is not an appropriate device to deploy. Occasionally, a woman requires gentle soothing. She needs to feel safe and content. Content in the knowledge that the man she is dancing with will not make a move on her. This is often the response of women to self-proclaimed gay men, and can be used to good effect. The basic idea is to hold yourself in an obviously gay manner and approach a girl. If she's feeling down and needs a hug, what better for her than a gay man? That method of approach is as follows. Roger, could you come over here, please? Now stand right here. Pretend to be a woman. Very good. Now I am gay. Oh, sorry, I am gay. See how immediately the woman feels reassured that you do not have immoral intentions? Yes, Roger, I am aware that you will be deceiving the woman in question. Pretending to be gay gives you access to women. Begin to dance a little closer, like so.
Sir, if you're a woman, do you get danced with like this all the time?
I guess so.
Wouldn't mind being a woman.
Sit down. Gradually begin to work your normal heterosexual charm, and as she begins to reciprocate your actions, suggest that it is possible that the right girl may be able to turn you straight. One word of caution. I would advise you not to use this approach around anyone wearing a BNP badge. These are but 2 examples of many, and further approaches can be found on the internet. I advise that you examine some of them before the next class. Now then, that concludes today's lesson, but I have some homework for you. Prep. Yes. Between now and next week, you must go to a nightclub and use what you have learned over the last few weeks to try and pull. That will be all, gentlemen.
Oh, Roger, we're not in Richmond anymore.